Over 500 responses in the first day. Like, wow. Hey guys, it's Fire with more Smash Talk. In the last video, I asked you guys, do you want to see character customization in Smash Bros. 4? And it looks like you had a lot to say. Because of that, I'm going to try and integrate even more comments into the video. There's actually a lot of comments I want to highlight, so basically after I'm done talking, I'll keep rolling some of my favorite responses. Or, if you don't want to, you can just look at the cool textures. It's your call. Got it? Okay, let's go. Now the easiest and most simple way to add character customization is through the aesthetics. That is, different costumes and such. We've already seen some great ones in Brawl, so letting players edit their costumes would be pretty cool. If you've ever played Brawl with user-made costumes, you know that some of them are the most detailed and creative things you'll see. One user said, the closest customizable feature I think would be appropriate would be alternate aesthetic changes from other games and other character series. So long as these changes don't affect gameplay and movesets, it can keep the game much more balanced. Now keep in mind that Sakurai said that he wanted to create a customizable experience for the 3DS version of the game, but we can't say for sure if he was talking about characters or not. He could have been talking about stages, or game modes, or whatever. Although adding customizable characters would seem like a logical approach. One of the biggest appeals to the Smash Bros. Franchise has always been its characters, and with Namco Bandai's knowledge in character creation, it's certainly a possibility. But the problem is, how exactly are they gonna go about it? You guys had a lot to say here. First is the idea of balancing. Sakurai said that he wanted to create a more competitively balanced game, and adding custom characters would do a lot to change that. One user said, Smash already has a wide variety of options for playstyle. Minor appearance customization would be okay, but custom movesets and characters have the potential to be broken competitively and cheap and unfun to play casually. Another user said, custom characters could make or break the game. It would introduce new mechanics and would be exciting for players. However, I feel this could lead to someone finding an OP combination. In terms of customization, I would be happy if it changes the aesthetic part of the game, i.e. custom color unlocks. There were also a lot of ideas floating around, mostly concerning the inclusion of Miis. For example, one user said, I've always thought it'd be cool to have a Mii character of your own that could use moves from any character you want. Of course this would lead to extremely overpowered characters, so that sort of thing would be best left in its own game mode, separate from the main game. If a customizable character mode existed in some sort of special Brawl area of the game, that would be cool. Another user said, there needs to be a Mii slot, but when picking Mii, there are 3 options, power, speed, and mixed, so the Mii can reflect your playstyle. Not gonna happen, but it's what I would want. Then there's the idea of movesets. This is an idea I've talked about a couple times. My idea is to have multiple forms of the same character. For instance, with the Mario example, there could be 3 forms. One could be Sunshine Mario, where he uses Flood for all his B attacks. Another could be Galaxy Mario, where he uses various power-ups from those games. And the final one could be Paper Mario, where he uses his partners to attack or something. The form could be picked in the character select, but not changed in battle. If there is customization, it shouldn't be so drastic that you can alter the character's playstyle entirely. Maybe minor cosmetic things like moves and taunts, or something you can equip like stickers that can alter the character's speed, weight, and jump height a little, being specific to the profile being used. Now I think the major thing we have to remember is that for the first time we're gonna have 2 versions of the game, the 3DS version and the Wii U version. That opens up a lot of new opportunities for the game. Should we get customizable characters for only one version, or would that even make sense? Now there's one more hint we can get from Smash Bros.' possible customization, and that's from Kid Icarus Uprising. Although it wasn't exactly characters, Kid Icarus had some pretty deep weapons customization, and you could see that based on the gameplay, there were a lot of ideas taken from the Smash Bros. Series. For example, the Daybreak power-up is surprisingly similar to the Dragoon item in Brawl. Basically, if you collect all 3 parts, you're almost guaranteed a KO. Since both of these games were developed so closely to each other, it wouldn't be surprising that some of these customization ideas would be carried over, at least for the 3DS version. The way I see it, the 3DS version should be the testing ground for new ideas, while the Wii U version would stick to the more traditional style. At this point, almost anything is possible, so we're just gonna have to wait and find out. Anyway, on to the next question. Should Smash Bros. 4 have downloadable content? This could be in any form, so new characters, new trophies, patches, anything you can think of. This is going to be the last Smash Bros. 4 discussion for a while, so make it count. I'm done with my part, but be sure to check out the other comments to see what the rest of the community has to say. Thanks for watching. Until then guys, this is Far, signing out.